Hello student, how are you? I am Sanjay Hadial. In today's lecture we are going to learn about DCN, data communication and network. In today's lecture, in particular videos, we cover digital and analog data. But first we see clear DCN word. What is DCN? Data communication and network. So first see we D means D stands for data. What is data? Data means it is one kinds of text file, audio file, video file, image file, etc. are known as a data. What is the main use of this particular concept, students? Its main use when person send one place to another place data. At that time this concept is very well. Suppose a person send one data to one computer system to another computer system. At that time it directly not transmitted. At that time use this particular concept. Now communication. What is communication? Communication is nothing but it is a medium, one kind of medium. It carry some data and help to transfer one place to another place. It is a medium with the help of wire or wireless technology. It use some concept wireless technology or with wire. And next word is N. N for network. A network is a group of computers that are linked to each other in order to one computer to communicate with another computer and share their resources such as data, application, exchange file, printers, or allow electronic communication, etc. The computer on a network may be linked through cable, telephonic line, radio waves, satellites, etc. etc. તો यहाँ આગળ ખાસ વસ્તુ શું છે કે જનરલી જ્યારે આ કન્સેપ્ટનો યુઝ કરવામાં આવે છે ત્યારે આપણે હમણાં જ પહેલાં જોયું કે કોમ્યુનિકેશન માટે એ ડાયરેક્ટ ઇનડાયરેક્ટલી છે કોઈ વાયર અથવા તો વાયરલેસ ટેકનોલોજી. સેમ વે હિયર જનરલી ઇટ ઇઝ યુઝડ ટેલિફોનિક લાઇન, રેડિયો વેવ્સ એન્ડ સેટેલાઇટ. With the help of this particular concept we can transfer our data one place to another place. So here we focus on what is the main purpose of DCN concept, data communication and network. So at that time we compulsory follow this particular rules. Now we see one practically example. Here we see one diagrammically concept. Here this is known as a data. When it is also known as a sender, and this part known as a receiver. When user send data from here to here, at that time data directly not transmit, but it use the concept of DCN concept, data communication and network concepts. Here data known as a data, it use the communication medium, and finally communication medium as well as network, and finally receiver receive their data. So here particular concept we see very easily when user sends any kinds of data, receiver receives, but with the help of some particular logic or concept known as a DCN, data communication and network. Here one brief definition also given here. Data communication refers to the exchange of data between a source and receiver via form of transmission, media such as a wire cable or wireless technology. Previous slide we also see when user or sender wants to send any kinds of data, at that time we use transmission medium. Here we see here transmission medium is this. Here it use wireless technology, wire technology, as well as radio waves, telephonic line, etc. Now we focus on our particular concepts. Here today's lecture's topic we discuss about digital and analog data or signal. First we see what is signal. When user sends any kinds of data, at that time directly it not transmit the data, but data automatically converts it in on the signal. So here we first see one basic definition and then we discuss it. A signal is a electromagnetic or electronic current that is used for carrying data from one system to another system or one network to another network. Here also signal is one kind of data. Data is converted in signals. It's known as a electromagnetic or electronic current. So here we again discuss it. A signal is an electromagnetic or a light wave that represent data. Signal is nothing but it is one kind of it is an electromagnetic or a light wave signal represents. Signal are used to transfer data from one device to another device, a communication channel. With the help of communication channel, here word also come from our side. What is communication channel? The communication channel is not but one type of medium. A signal are mainly used to carry the data from one place to another place. So here again for data signal is nothing but it is one kind of light wave signal. Next, when data is sent over physical medium, it needs to first convert data into electromagnetic signal. We see here electromagnetic. When we or user send any kinds of data or physical medium means wireless technology, something. So at that time it first convert data into signal, means data always convert. In previous slide we see here this is known as a data. When we receive data, but it directly not receive data, it data convert into signal. So here what also suggests this, when data is sent over physical medium, it need to first convert data into magnetic signal. Data itself can be either in analog form or it can be in digital form. When data is converted into signal, at that time data divided mainly two parts, known as a two parts, analog signal and digital signal. Analog signal means what? Its common example is human voice, and digital signal means it considered as a file on the disk. Now we discuss it detail one by one. First we focus on analog signal. What is analog signal? Analog signal is a continuous signal in which one time varying quantity represent another time based variable. Analog signal is a continuous electrical signal in the form of waves. When we use analog signal, it represents as a wave signals, and also it is a continuous form. The wave is known as a carrier waves. Telephonic line is the most commonly used media for analog transmission of data. Here, one best example is known as a telephonic line. Is known as a best example of analog signal data when transmitting over physical medium. Analog data may also known as a organic data or a real world data. Many times analog data also known as a organic data or real world data. Human voice is known as best example is analog signal. These kinds of signal work with physical values and natural phenomena such as earthquake, frequency, volcano, speed of wind, width, lighting, etc., known as again as an analog signal. Now we see here one practically diagrammatically information. What is the analog signal? Here we see in diagrammatically analog signal represent as a continuous wave. This is known as a wave. In this form, always analog signals data is represent. Again, we see next example here in diagrammatically. One example is this watch and this one. Here analog examples consider as a વોચ ઘડિયાળને પણ આપણે એક છે એનાલોગ ડેટા તરીકે કન્સિડર કરી શકીએ છીએ, કારણ કે ત્યાં આગળથી આપણે ત્રણ અલગ અલગ ટાઈપના જે કાંટા છે જોઈ શકીએ છીએ, એક અવર્સ માટે, એક સેકન્ડ માટે અને એક મિનિટ માટે. તો આપણે એક સેકન્ડથી બીજી સેકન્ડ સુધી જ્યારે ડેટા ટ્રાન્સમિટ થાય છે, પણ આપણે જે એનો સેકન્ડ કાંટો છે એ આપણે કન્ટિન્યુઅસ ફોર્મની અંદર જોઈ શકીએ છીએ. તો આ જે કન્ટિન્યુઅસ ફોર્મની અંદર રિપ્રેઝન્ટ થાય છે એને આપણે અહીંયા આગળ એનાલોગ ડેટા તરીકે કન્સિડર કરી શકીએ છીએ. એવી જ રીતના અહીંયા સેકન્ડ એક્ઝામ્પલ, એનાલોગ સિગ્નલ one whose output varies continuously in step with the inputs. Also again આ એક્ઝામ્પલની અંદર એ પણ આપણે જોઈ શકીએ છીએ કે data start from here and here. It is also known as a periodic data because આપણો જે કન્સેપ્ટ જે છે સ્ટાર્ટ થાય છે તે અહીંયાથી સ્ટાર્ટ થાય છે અને ત્યાં સુધી છે કન્ટિન્યુઅસ રહે છે. તો આ એક જે ફોર્મ છે આ ફોર્મને આપણે પિરિયોડિક ડેટા તરીકે પણ કન્સિડર કરી શકીએ છીએ. તો આવી રીતના આપણો આ જે ડેટા છે એ ડેટાને આપણે એનાલોગ ડેટા તરીકે ઓળખી શકીએ છીએ. નાઉ we consider focus on some characteristics of analog signal. It can be either periodic or non-periodic data. હમણાં જ આપણે જોયું અહીંયા આગળ કે આ જે કોન્સેપ્ટ છે એને આપણે પિરિયોડિક ડેટા તરીકે પણ ઓળખી શકીએ છીએ. અહીંયાથી લઈ અને અહીંયા સુધીનો જે વેવ્સ ફોર્મ આપણે જોઈએ છીએ એને પિરિયોડિક ડેટા તરીકે કન્સિડર કરી શકીએ છીએ. એનાલોગ સિગ્નલ વર્ક્સ ઓન કન્ટિન્યુઅસ ડેટા. ઇટ ઓલવેઝ વર્ક્સ ઓન કન્ટિન્યુઅસ ફોર્મ. Next, analog signal works on continuous data. The accuracy of the analog data, analog signal is not high when compared to digital signal. Comparison to digital signal, its accuracy of data analog signal is not high. It helps you to measure natural or physical values. Again, we generally પર્ટિક્યુલર કોન્સેપ્ટનો યુઝ છે કોઈ નેચરલ ઓર ફિઝિકલ વેલ્યુઝ માટે આપણે એનો યુઝ કરીએ છીએ. એનાલોગ સિગ્નલ આઉટપુટ ફોર્મ્સ ઇઝ લાઇક કર્વ, લાઇન ઓર ગ્રાફ્સ, સો ઇટ મે નોટ બી મીનિંગફુલ ટુ ઓલ. એનાલોગ ડેટા જનરલી શું પ્રોબ્લેમ થઈ શકે છે કે જનરલી ડેટા કોઈ પર્ટિક્યુલર ફોર્મેટની અંદર રિપ્રેઝન્ટ કરવામાં આવે છે, કોઈ કર્વ ફોર્મેટમાં, કોઈ લાઇન ફોર્મેટમાં, કોઈ ગ્રાફ ફોર્મેટમાં. So many times people or computer systems not understand very properly. That's why in generally when in computer it always represent as a digital form data. Many times computer this concept is not understand very easily or properly. That's why computer always use digital data. Next, advantages of analog signal. The best suit for audio and video transmission. When we want to any kinds of data transmit from one place to another place, like audios and videos, this is the best suitable for this particular signal. It has a low cost and it's portable. Again, here it is used low cost and portable. Not necessary to buy a new graphical boards. Use less bandwidth than digital sound. Again, compared to digital signal, it use less bandwidth and quick for forward the data. Provide more accurate representation of a sound. It is the natural form of sound. Next, disadvantages of analog signal. The cables are sensitive to external influences. Here we use when transmit data with the help of cable. At that time the cable are sensitive to external influence. The cost of the analog wire is high and not easily portable. When we use analog data, at that time particular medium as a wire as a medium, that wire is its cost is very high. Low availability of models with a digital interface. Direct indirectly rare case ની અંદર ઘણી વખત છે આ concept particular module સાથે પણ આપણે એનો use કરવા માટે એટલું sufficient નથી હોતું. Recording analog sound on tape is quite expensive if the tape is damaged. When we use particular concept, at that time data when carry some particular device, so it is very expensive device. It is quite difficult to synchronize analog sound. Data can become corrupted. Many times it also happens, data may be corrupted. When we transfer one place to another place, in between it may be possible or data may be corrupted. Plenty of recording device and formats which can become confusing to store or digital signal. Many times it also make a very confusing, so it is some known as a disadvantages. Offer poor multi-user interface. And again particular concept is very some poor low performance tasks. Generally a particular concept is used some audio and video transferring the data. So here these concepts are known as a analog concept. Students, we see next concept, digital signal, but today's lecture we not cover it one because our video makes so lengthy. That's why we conclude here this lecture and we see next lecture on digital signal. I hope you got this concept well. Thank you for watching this video.